Hello, 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 YouTube family and friends. It's Sassy Off Grid Gurney one more time. You can tell I live too far out in the woods because I tried to do a podcast yesterday and my Wi Fi said, no way, Jose. Okay. But I'm back. And I just wanted to touch base with you because, I've been off YouTube for a while. And the reason I was off was because when I originally started the podcast, I thought that I could just get on the podcast and get some information because I needed some comments on how you plan on surviving in 2025. With everything going on, and Trump is saying he's going to incite violence, and it's just a mess. But anyway, I was trying to find out who was ready. If you're ready for any incidents that's going to be happening in your area. Are you going to be voting? That type of thing. But I didn't get many comments. So what I had to do was go out and canvass my neighborhood. I made some calls to some old co-workers and some people in the neighborhood, church members, that type of thing. So I am surprised, but I received some um, hmm, interesting comments from people. Well, first of all, I wanted to know if something happened, like if something goes off, like violence, or we can't go out, do you have food? Do you have enough food to last until, at least 2 weeks? Well, come to find out, most of the people I talked to, which was the ages 45 and up, maybe 40 and up, they're ready. Yes, they are. They have enough food to last them 2 to 3 weeks, maybe a month or two. They have ammunition, they have the firearms. I mean, they have all provisions. I was impressed. Um, and I'm noticed that some of them were, Army, Navy, Air Force, Marines, that type of thing. And they, of course, they already know to be ready for anything. But I was surprised and I was happy to hear that. So what I did was I started preparing too. Okay, I'm not a prepper because I can't afford to be a prepper. Preppers have all these uh, panels and pantries of food and underground and inside the house. Oh, uh, no, that's just too much. But I said, well, I better start preparing something for myself, just in case. Because it's going to be voting day tomorrow. And I am so excited because I am going to vote Democrat all the way down through the ticket. Just as many times as I can do it, which I know you can only vote once, but and then I'm going to vote for Amendment 5 on the back so the Board of Education can have their money as well. But I wanted to find out what you guys are going to do. I mean, there are some of you, you're not like me. I live in the deep woods. I can farm and I can, I got a little garden and all that. I can stay eating. Um, and I got a few things that can hook me up for electricity if something goes down. But what are you guys going to do? You're in the city. I mean, have you planned for anything? You remember how COVID caught us off guard. So I'm just trying to find out what are you doing? What are you thinking about? I mean, I know some of you are going to be voting for Trump. Fine, well, do your own thing, right? But either way, I believe we're going to have some disturbances because Trump is not going to like not winning, okay? And he is going to lose. Yes, he is. So the Congress, the Heritage Foundation, and the Supreme Court, I believe they got a surprise for us. So Kamala needs to be sort of, ready. And I'm sure they are. I'm sure the Democrats are ready for whatever comes their way. But Trump supporters, they are going to be, yeah, some sort of way. But now lately, have you all been watching how Trump has been messing up and talking crazy and talking about he's going to take out the garbage and shooting people and the reporters and Liz Cheney, and I'm going like, what is going on? And he's getting worse. And this is why he's going to lose because he's talking crazy. I have never seen anything as weird and wacko, you know. And he really thinks that people believe his lies. Now, yes, there are some of them who believe every lie he tells, but those of us who have, excuse me, who have common sense, the man lies so much. I've never heard a liar like Trump. I mean, he can tell 10 lies in one paragraph. How is that possible? But he can do it. Yes, he can. But people, I just want to know, what are you planning on doing? Just in case. You have to tell me if you're voting Democrat or Republican, but tell me if you're ready. I mean, what have you planned to do? Do you have access to food if something goes down? You know, I just worry that a lot of people, got their heads in the clouds and just not realizing that these are trying times. And I just don't believe that MAGAs are going to allow us just to win, this race with decency, with peace, you know what I'm saying? Freedom. I don't believe that they're going to do it. I really don't. And Lord knows I hope I'm wrong. I hope I am so wrong. Because, guys, just by chance, if God says, well, I'm going to allow Trump to win because you all have been disobedient, that's okay. But I don't want to go back to the husbands beating their wives and they can't, do anything legally to stop them. I remember when you would see the ladies with their teeth out, with the scars upside their head, and they couldn't say anything, negative in front of the husband, or he'd slap them right then and there. And I'm going like, my God, who wants to be married? Who wants to be married to that? And I just don't want to go back to, especially here in Alabama, where you can marry off a 13-year-old. Now, what parent would want their child to be married to some old crow groping on her at 13? It's just, I don't want to go back to that. Okay. And do you guys remember in the 70s when young ladies were having abortions by using clothes hangers and drinking chemicals that would automatically abort the baby? Oh, and then going down on the corner to those butchers who would give you an abortion, and when you walk out of there, you don't know if you're going to live or die. And 9 times out of 10, you would never be able to have a child ever again. No, nobody wants to go back to that. No one goes to, who? Tell me who want to go back. I know. I don't want to see this happening to, my young cousins and my grandchild. I mean, I don't want to see that happen to these young, beautiful women bleeding out in the hospital lobbies and all of that. Nobody wants to do that kind of stuff. And okay, I am a retiree. Okay. I cannot afford to have my Social Security cut. I need insurance. I can't afford for them to take away the Affordable Care Act. I can't afford to take for them to take away Medicaid and Medicare. Come on now, people. We cannot afford this. Tomorrow, get out there and vote. Vote for who is going to try to help you. Let me put it this way: with Kamala and Walls, okay, you can live to fight another day. But with Trump, you won't be fighting. Everything is his way or the highway. So I'm asking you people, please, come on, vote the way of progress. Vote the way of freedom. Okay? Vote the way of prosperity. Please. Yes, some of Kamala things are sort of off, but that's okay. When she gets in, she will tweak them and make them better for us. Like I say, and in the meantime, we the people, we can get ourselves together. And I do believe that God has given us the opportunity to get ourselves together for these next 4 years. Yes, I believe we're going to have a little trouble there at the beginning. But I do believe that God's going to allow us to spread our wings, you know, get ourselves together. Because we really need to come together in love and peace and joy. I am so tired of Trump and his hatred and racism and his rallies lately just been nothing but just plain racism, racism, racism. And the people who were voting, like the Puerto Ricans, for instance, now why would Puerto Ricans be voting for Trump? They got to know that this man cares not. The Republicans, period, cares nothing about Puerto Ricans. And they keep saying, "Well, I was going to vote for him until I heard him call us a garbage, a pile of garbage." Baby, you should have never even thought about voting for him before he said you were a pile of garbage. You know what I'm saying? It doesn't make sense. Think, people, think. I know. I get frustrated, and I shouldn't. I really should. Because people are going to do what they want to do. I'm just telling you what I'm going to do. I'm going to vote for opportunity. I'm going to vote for freedom. I'm going to vote for democracy. I'm going to vote for love, peace, joy. That's what I'm going to vote for. Now, I hope your day of voting is going to be fabulous. I hope there's no trouble. I hope there's no incident for all of us, so we can see what's going to be happening in 2025. I mean, I'm just on pins and needles about that about next year. I don't know, but we're going to survive it. Yes, we are. But I will probably come back on tomorrow to let you all know about my voting experience. And then I want to discuss, like I said, please leave some comments. Um, just let me know that you know that you're pretty sure you're going to be okay if something happens. I mean, as I said, you don't have to tell me how you're voting, but just if you're a prepper, let me know. What you're doing, how you're prepping. People could need those tips. And like I said, I'm just an old retiree, and I am doing the best that I can, but I can survive. I was born and raised off grid, so it doesn't matter to me. I can make it. But, some of you, especially those of you who live in this city, I worry about you. I really do. But until tomorrow, I will be back on 6:30 Central Time, because I'm going to be watching those numbers, those votes, those polls, and I'm going to be watching. Oh, so nervously. Yes, I am. I'm going to be on pins and needles, and I'm sure you're going to be too. But I will be back on tomorrow to let you know how my voting experience, how it was. Until then, this is Off Grid Granny. Peace and love.